Hello,
Hola.
hola. Testing, test mic here.
Yeah. We are early and we are live in Madrid.
Yes.
Just to get a little warm up since it's chilly, even though it's not as chilly today compared to a couple of days ago.
It's actually very cold.
But it's still cold.
I'm not sure whether it's like I'm very anxious, okay, excited. I'm not sure it's like anyone is tuning in, because normally when we go live, it's like there will be people tuning in, so we have to test now to see if the line is stable, if anyone is like really tuning in now. Okay, you will see a lot of like people probably like walking like around us, okay, on the street itself, okay, and there's like a busy road going on, okay, right next to us, and this is, I believe that this is like the road, right, okay, in Madrid, right, this is like the place, right, this is like, how do you pronounce it, Gran Via?
Via, should be Gran Via.
Should be Gran Via, right? Hi, Shok Yi, okay, right, let us know if the line is stable, let us know if the sound, okay, is good. Hi, Mr. Lim, okay, hi, neighbor, is like, okay.
Serious.
Hi, Jen Ho,
Hi,
okay,
Jen Ho.
thank you for tuning in.
Yes, nice to
It's
see
a
you.
bit cold here for me.
Yes.
Where else, like Gong Yu says, like, okay, it's nice, it's chilly, okay, but it's actually, hi, okay, Siu Ping,
Nice to hear
okay,
from you.
nice, okay, seeing you here.
Hey,
Right,
hi,
Chang
Chang
Feng,
Feng.
hello. Yeah, we are slightly early, okay, it's supposed to start at 9, okay, but we were like actually like waiting and anticipating, okay, the whole life itself. Might as well, I thought, let's go slightly earlier. Sound is clear. Thank you so much, Chang Feng. Thanks to also your recommendation to this mic itself. You know, I've always been having this thought of like doing live outside, okay, in the open, in the public, okay, exactly what I'm doing now. It's like plenty of people. This is a very busy street, okay, Gran Via, as I mentioned it in Madrid. I assume that this is like Orchard Road in Singapore, or like, you know, the in a way the Bukit Bintang area, the Pavilion, you know, area in Malaysia itself. It's like a shopping area. You see all different brands, local, abroad. Okay, you see, of course, Zara, okay, H&M, all the Spanish brands are here. Like, this is like the main shopping street. So I thought that, like, hey, it would be cool if I can actually do a Facebook Live, okay, in the open, okay, where reality is taking place, chaos is taking place, okay, because that's like, that will be part of the topic, okay, of tonight's session as well, okay. So I've always wanted it, but so far I find that it's not easy, okay, for us to do this, because it will be very noisy outside. But again, thanks to Chang Feng. And of course, thanks to also J Group support, okay, for the mic, okay, the mic itself, okay, is actually sponsored by J Group. I've forgotten to actually mention that. We wanted to pay Jennifer back, but of course, you know, Jennifer being Jennifer, she refused to actually accept, okay, the payment. And this is a gift, okay, from J Group, so that in a way that we can still bring to you, okay, Facebook Live, okay, wherever we are traveling, and it is not only confined, right, only within the hotel room or in the confined room of the four walls, okay, where everything is quiet and the internet is stable. So I'm very thankful for that, okay. You see that I'm actually buying time here as like Gong Yu is busy resharing the feed, okay, right, to all my other social media pages and all that. So it will be really good, all right. It's like for all of you, Nufirus, I see you there, okay, Jen Ho, okay, all of you are watching here. It will be good for you to actually help us to share this out as well.
Okay.
All right, help us to actually share this feed out so that it can reach out to more people. I see a lot of the Soul's Journey participants are here, like Leanne, okay, thank you so much for tuning in, all right. Yes, I know, Leanne, we both miss all of you as well, okay. We are still going through all the photos, okay, and you can see that it's like a lot of the Soul's Journey participants are still uploading photos and they're still tagging us. Thank you so much for that. It's like, it's really a pleasure to look at all this as well. All right. So yeah, it's almost 9. Okay, so we are going to actually start very soon. As I mentioned, we are doing it live on an open public street. Okay, so we do not know what to expect, right? So probably you will see like policemen all over. You will see like people trying to come in here to probably ask for money or beg for money. Okay, you will see a lot of tourists or locals alike. There will be, of course, like walking in and out, okay, up and down, and of course a lot of like traffics, okay, going on. So yeah, anything can happen, and that's part of the plan. It's like I really enjoy, okay, doing live in a really like really like live area, okay, not a confined or a protected area.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so it's almost 2 p.m. So
Yeah.
let's do some shout outs and then we can get started, I think.
Yes.
Right, so just in case, you know, we mentioned or we forgot to mention, right? Hi to May, hi to Nofirus, Jen Ho, Leanne, Janice, Yes, Donna, Saman, always good to see you. Shirley Chong is here as well.
Shirley Chong, $5, $5. Good morning, love watching you. Enjoy yourself. Thanks for sharing, okay? Having soul withdrawal, I know, right? Hi, Marina Gill, okay?
Diana
nice
is here
to
as
see
well.
all of you here as well.
Diana is here. Ivy, yes, Marina, you just joined us, yeah?
All right. Okay, so we're going to start, okay, tonight's session, okay, tonight as in Malaysia GMT +8, okay. We are here still in the broad daylight, 2 p.m. in the afternoon on Madrid. Yeah, okay, so this particular session itself is all about the outlook of December, okay, 2022. Of course, in terms of the Chinese astrology or the Bata perspective, it is the month, okay, pillar of Renzhe. Okay, Renzhe, for those of you who are Bata enthusiasts, you will know that Renzhe is deep water. Okay,
right.
It's like water on top and water below, both yang energy. And yeah, I think I will allow Gong Yu to start off, okay, first with his findings and his in a way like sharings on this particular outlook for 2022.
Yeah, Renzhe is interestingly enough, right? It's on the other polar extreme end of one of the main highlights months of this year, which is basically Pingwu, which was the month of June, right? So we are at the other extreme end of it, the deepest end, whereas of course Pingwu in June was the highest peak, right? So right now this is the maximum yin, you can say, I would say that, right, to the actual year itself. So this is very interesting because it adds on that, again, the importance of balancing up whatever it is in the context of yin yang for all of us. So no matter how high we go, we always have to explore the depths, right, of what we need to explore in terms of our emotions, in terms of what is there for us to excavate in the deepest part of our psyche, right, our psychology and things like that, and also all within the context, of course, of the mega transformational energies that we've all been experiencing, right, especially in 2022 itself. Right, so interestingly to me as well, the run of the year, because the year of course is Ren Yin, right, is water tiger, right, but this month the Ren also pops up again as the heavenly stem, which means that to me there's a direct relation over the exploration, the understanding over what this Ren has meant for all of us ever since we started the water tiger year, right? So it is a reflection of the energy of Ren overall. So whatever the yang water means to you from your personal parts and astrology, this is the month where we take a deeper look.
Yeah.
Because we talk about depth, we talk about the understanding of what needs to be really understood so we can work on or continuously work on our personal upgrading and transformation. So Ren in the Ren Yin itself, right, it's about how the resources are used, right? The potential that Ren signifies as yang water, right? It can or needs to be harnessed. And we know that yang water itself as an element contains a lot of potential. It's like basically a pool of water that when we harness and focus it correctly, we can actually use it to, say, generate power. Right? So the potential is there. And in context of Ren Yin, the Ren appears as resource, right? As a thing or energy for us to then channel appropriately with the help of the tiger, right, into whatever it might be, because the tiger is also the academic star, the intelligent star of the year. So by itself, Ren Yin is a very, we can say it's a very productive pillar overall, right? How do we channel resources to where it needs to go to? So when we marry this together with the fact that this is the depth of Renzhe in December itself, right? So this exercise of what we've been doing pretty much throughout the year itself, right, is very important as we finish off the calendar year 2022. It's where and how do we make sure that when we focus and collect the resources that we have at hand, where do they go appropriately so that it's channeled productively as much as possible. So this is the month where we have a deep look into it as a sort of a preparation to wrap up the entire Ren Yin year itself by January. So that's one perspective.
Yeah, I like the fact that you mentioned that, of course, Ren Yin in relationship to the Renzhe, or Renzhe, in fact, in relationship to Ren Yin, which is the pillar of the year. And I really like, as for your understanding and for your informations, okay, like we have not actually in a way tally up our contents, okay, or informations, okay, because how we work is like, we will just throw it, hey, dear, tomorrow let's do a Facebook Live. They say, okay, sure, okay. And I say, what should be the topic? He's like, yesterday he has like no idea yet, okay. So I was thinking, probably we are actually in a way right, nearing to December. Let's talk about the outlook for December. And then both of us will be doing our own preparations, okay, without really cross-checking the information. And here we are going live, tada. So I find that in a way that when you mentioned about like Ren in correlations to Ren Yin, and Ren Yin being a pillar of Ren being the resource of the tiger, of the wood, and wood represents, of course, everything is like growth, okay, everything like start over again, that's a jab, okay, that's like the, I would say the leader of things, okay, the leader of things. And also Ren as a resource, right, okay, one thing it also highlighted to me is the importance of like, what actually in a way triggers our growth? What triggers our transformation, our growth, our I mean everything that relates to Jia, which is a wood. Wood element represents growth, transformations, breakthroughs, etc. So Ren being the resource is the ultimate, okay, on top, okay, of the pillar itself, represents the resource, can also represent, okay, the source of thing. Right? The resource means the source of our breakthrough, the source of our growth, the source of our transformations, or the source of whatever activities or inactivities that's going on in our life itself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this particular source itself, okay, at the end of the day, if you really look into the root cause of things, every actions or inactions that we take, okay, it can only come from two particular or two potential emotions, which is either through love or through fear.
Yep.
That is the basic fundamental of yin and yang. So when you highlighted that Ren Zi, it's the other extreme of Ping Wu, which we have actually like gone through in June.
Right, and we put a lot of emphasis and focus on that month as well.
Yes, okay, and that month itself, of course, as we mentioned, it's very, very important. The Ping Wu month, it's like the highest point of the year, where it's like fire rises to its like highest potential. Ping Wu is like highest, I would say the sun goes onto its highest peak. And now Ren Zi, as Kong Yu has put it, right, okay, it's the other extreme, where everything goes up to the highest peak, it has to go down to its lowest point. And we are about to enter into that lowest point. All right. So I find that this is also like a way that he has actually put it as in a reminder for us, what is the resource, the source, okay, of whatever things that we are like focusing on, okay, aiming towards, okay, our actions, okay, our purpose, okay, that's all represented by the wood. So what is the source of this? Whatever that we do, okay, whether it's in terms of our own personal growth, soul's journey, career, love, relationship, what is the source of it? What is the seed of that resource, okay, that is like in a way fueling us, okay, like a fueling is that fuel, okay, that's fueling us towards the future, or fueling us towards like the year ahead, or fueling us towards our say the reality that we wanted to manifest out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
right. Tracing that and also seeing where it is that our energy goes and where it flows. Because Ren Yin, interesting enough, like you were saying, you can also see it as a river, right? The river source,
the Amazon,
the source of the river. And then as the energy flows, it's basically like the river flowing down to the mouth of the river, right? So there's that journey that's in place. So where and how are we using our resources, the source of which, how it begins, and where energy generally flows. Because we can flow it to too many places, we can flow it to a more focused end result overall. So that's also, I believe, one part of the journey of the year itself, because that is Ren Yin. And then now, of course, the depth of Ren Zi allows us to go deep into the understanding of these areas.
Yeah, and we talk about river, of course, those who have actually attended the soul's journey through Egypt itself, you know exactly Ren Yin, okay, in a way, appears as a river now. All right, you will see that the whole entire Egypt, basically, it's almost like desert, barren, it's like in like dust, okay? But only along the river now itself, right, you will see that they are like greens, okay, all along the river now. So Ren Yin here, in terms of the central of things, right, it is relating to, of course, the river now as well. Anything else, okay, from your side?
So how do we
too noisy for all
tap
of you?
into...
It's like so busy here.
We'll just let this pass a bit.
Yeah.
It's a
and you will
fire
hear
truck.
this. You will hear this, okay, almost like 24/7. Like almost now and then, every now and then you will hear that it's like of course, fire truck going on, police sirens going on and all that. It's quite exciting here in the city of Madrid.
So essentially, the fire truck just went by, right? So now, okay, things have settled down a little bit. So overall, then there's that harnessing and the tracing back to where the source is. How do we actually manage the resources? If we look at it on a more mundane day-to-day level of our lives, because energy is totality that cannot be created, right? It can only be transformed. So it's important for us to go through that exercise, especially with the context of personal transformation that we've undergone, right, in recent months and of course in this past couple of years as well. So that's very important. And more importantly, how do we harness the Ren, the Yang water, in a productive way without it spilling over, right, and without it overwhelming us, because we've got a very much strong energy of it, the depth of it, whether it is triggering fear or whether it is making us to lose focus, because that's what we need to do in the context of strong water, right? We always need to focus and emphasize the proper collection of the water, which again translates also.
Nicole, probably you have to like take care of the tissues that's flying all around.
Of wind, so tissues flying a little bit, right? So that's also an important part of what will be, in a way, be challenged with, which also is an opportunity, because whatever that fears us most is where we need to put more focus into, so that we can actually harness that fear or convert that fear into something that's productive. So that's going to be triggered because this is a deep water month.
Yeah, and can I interject here with some of my contents, since that you bring in the topic of fear here. All right, and of course when you look at Renzi, right, Renzi is deep water, and in terms of Chinese astrology, out of the 5 elements, water relates to the emotions of fear, okay? And now we have a pure pillar of water. Like everything is like, in a way, you expect that this pillar itself is like 無潭之底啊，無底之潭 sorry， 唔記無底之潭 means is like now you are in a big pool of water here where you have no idea where is the dasa. Dasa means what? The bottom. Okay? Right. I'm very Malaysian, right? Okay. So it's like, right, the chances is like you will not realize like where is the bottom. Have you actually reached rock bottom yet? And that is the challenge, or the what we call the lessons of Renzi. Okay. So Renzi itself now, if you put this particular pillar itself into a I Ching hexagram, for those of you who actually follow